Hey YouTube, it's Jonathan, and today we're doing this classic chic look, focusing on making our makeup last all day long. I'm starting off by misting my skin with a hydrating spritz, then I'm going to go on to a priming moisturizer. This is from Dr. Perricone, and it's called the Face Finishing Moisturizer. It leaves almost a grippy texture that the foundation just clings to. Next, I'm reaching for my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, which is technically an eyeshadow primer, but I'm applying it underneath anywhere I'm going to be applying my concealer to create a very long-lasting barrier. This prevents any creasing. And to give my skin a lit from within glow, I'm grabbing my Easy Illuminating Stick from Laura Geller in the shade Ethereal, and applying that on the high points of my face, around the eye, across the bridge of the nose, and top lip, and just patting that in with the warmth of my fingertips. When it comes down to long-wearing foundation, there's only one that I trust, and that is Lancome Tinted Ultra, and my favorite way to apply it for an ultra-long wear is by blending it in and patting it in with a dampened sponge. This is just a traditional wedge sponge that I've dampened with the Miracle Mist from Pure Minerals, and I'm just patting that in thin layers to build up coverage where needed. And of course, to conceal and brighten, I'm taking my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, patting just a small amount of that to start with, anywhere that I need a little bit of coverage, so right underneath the eyes, around the nose, center of the top lip, and then of course between the brows and above the brows as well. I'm starting by blending that in with a brush, and then I'm going to actually tap it a little bit in with my fingertips to warm it up, and then of course I'm going to go back in with that dampened sponge just to blend everything out. Next, I'm taking a stick foundation in a little bit of a deeper shade than my skin, and I'm just going to be sculpting with that. So I'm applying that right underneath the cheekbones, around the jawline for a little sharpness. I'm going to shorten my chin just a little bit, and then of course I'm going to take that on the tip of my nose, because my nose is a little round, and then just around the hairline. This is a cream to powder finish, but I am going to be blending it in again with that dampened sponge. And the cream to powder finish just means it's going to last a really long time on the skin. As you can see, I'm blending that in upward motions and just kind of around the cheekbone. And then to set everything in place, I'm taking my Dermablend powder, and I'm using the damming technique, as Wayne Goss calls it, and just applying that with the sponge right underneath the eye, and then blending a very thin layer of that all over the skin. The foundation is already long wearing, but the powder is just going to lock everything into place for even longer. To further enhance the warmth of my skin, I'm just going in with a little bit of my Benefit Hoola bronzer and applying that to the outer portions of my face, and then just for this look I'm going to be taking it across the center of the face as well for a nice warm look. And then for blush, I'm mixing Dandelion and Rockateur and applying that in a large area to the apples of my cheeks and blending back up the cheekbone. To make sure everything is nice and blended, I'm just going for one final tap over the skin with that dampened sponge. For brows, I'm starting out with my Sourcil Definitely pencil, and less is more for this. The least you can get away with here, the longer it's going to wear, but of course I'm going to set that in place with a little bit of the Sourcil Styler gel just to really lock that in. This brow gel holds for a very long time. Back to that eye primer, just applying a thin layer of that to my lids, and then I'm using a limited edition palette that you can't get a hold of anymore, but really any basic shadows will do. I'm going in with an ivory shade right underneath the brow to highlight and set, and then I'm actually going in with the bronzer here just to define the crease a little bit with a matte shade. Don't want a defined cut crease, this is really just almost a natural contour for the eye to look more rounded. Then I'm going in with the rose gold shade from the palette, but any beautiful rose gold will do, and I'm pressing that all over the lid, and then grabbing a slightly deeper shade for the outer corner and into the outer section of the crease as well. Just pressing that on and then going in and blending it out with the fluffier side of my brush. And of course, you know me, I like to reapply and blend to get the depth of color desired. Then I'm going to line my top lashes with a waterproof liquid. I always trust liquid when I need the longest wear possible because it never ever seems to run on me, especially if you get a good formula. I'm applying that all the way across my top lashes in a medium thick line, making sure to get that all the way to the outer corner, but I'm not taking it into a wing. I'm actually just going to connect that down onto the lower lash line. And almost to set that, where there's a liquid we need a powder, so I'm just going in with a chocolate brown shade and just topping that liner and blending out the edge ever so slightly. That's going to soften the look, and it's also going to help the eyeliner to wear for that much longer. After a quick curl of the lashes, I'm going in with a long-wearing formula of mascara in a dark black shade, but I'm going to go in with lashes in a few minutes, so it doesn't truly matter what you use here as long as it's something that you know is going to wear well. And then I'm going to line my lips with a waterproof lip liner. Again, color doesn't really matter, you just want to find a texture that works really well for you and works well with the look that you're doing. This is just a natural pink tone that goes really well with my lip color. And then I didn't have exactly the lip color I wanted to wear with this look, so I just mixed up a couple of long-wearing lipsticks with a little bit of gloss for shine and just applied that with a brush. Applying with a brush and really working it into the lip is going to give you the longest wear. Then I'm applying a little bit of lash. This is an Ardell 110. I'm just applying that, and that is the finished look. Classic, chic, easy to wear, and appropriate for nearly every occasion. I hope you all enjoyed this look. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel by clicking on the icon of my face that you see now, and also check out the link to the playlists on screen as well, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!